Okay, just a quick video of how to do the this nail here, sort of Halloween stitch nails. So I'm only doing it on a practice nail at the moment, but I do intend to do my own nails. So I'm just putting you can do it with tape if you find it easier, but I just find it easier to do it like this. So do a straight line like this. And then dip it in whatever colour you want. I'm going to go orange first. I just find it really easier to dip it in to these cake cases. I do most of my nails like this anyway. And just let that dry for a moment. Okay, once that's dry, leave it about a minute and then give that a brush off. I mean, use as many coats as you want to get sort of that quite solid colour. Then go over all of that again. As I say, you can use tape if you find it easier, but I did try the tape method and then I did it freehand, and I quite prefer the freehand version. So just dip that in there. As I say, I do my own nails with these cake cases. I find you just get a really sort of better finish. I'm just going to let that dry. Okay, once that's dry, just give that a good brush off. Make sure that's all off. And then what you need to do is activate that one. This might seem a long-winded process, but I won't actually do this on all of my nails. I'll probably only do it on 2 and then a block colour. So let's activate that one. This is just basically colour blocking, but you're adding the stitches to it. So that's that one there. So let's wait for that to dry. Give that a good minute or so to dry. You're activating this step by step, colour by colour, because you don't want any of the other colours to affect the previous colour that you're doing. Okay, so the next step is to go to the next colour. So I'm going to do green. So then I mean, it depends sort of what surface you want to cover, but I'm going that far there. And then you just want to go along that line of that orange without going onto it. So have a nice steady hand. And you'll find once it's activated, you'll sort of have that ridge. So then just dip that into the green powder there. Once the orange is activated, you don't have to worry about the green spreading onto it at all. Once it's brushed off, it'll be absolutely fine. So dip that in there and give that a moment to dry. Once you've left that for 30 seconds to a minute, then you can brush that off. You can use a stiffer brush as well to get rid of the green off the orange, but that will come off anyway. So I'm going to do another coat of the green. So I'm only doing 2 just to show how this works, but you can do more. Go along that line and then along the green, along that line there. And then pop that in the green powder. If it looks a bit wet, just dip it in again. I'll let that dry. Okay, once that layer's dry, you can give that a good brush off. and then you want to be activating the green colour. As I say, I wouldn't do this on every nail because it would take absolutely ages, but it would look good with just a couple of nails done. So just activating that, we'll let that dry for a minute or so. Okay, once that one's dry, you can then go on to your last colour. Apply the base, going along that green line carefully, and then pop that into your chosen colour. Pop that in there, just wait for that to dry. Okay, once that one's dry, you can brush that off. So it is really important to activate each colour separately to stop the colours from merging into each other. So one last purple layer. Going nice and slowly over that green line there, and then dip that into the purple, and we'll let that dry for a moment. Okay, once that's dry, just give that a brush off. You see those lovely colours together. Once that's all nicely brushed off, you can then do a final layer. You can then do your final layer of your activator. You can go all the way over all of those again. Just to give those a good coating of your activator. There we go. And then really sort of let that dry a good couple of minutes, I would say, just to make sure all of those are nicely dry and that activator soaked in. Okay, when that's nicely dry and you tap it and you get that nice crisp sound, then it's time to start buffing down. As I say, I've only done 2 on this, just for the video, but you can do more layers, definitely. Some colours need more layers than others. So just give that a really good buff down once it's all nice and activated there. And you can just sort of rub your finger over and you can feel that it's nice and smooth. Okay, once you've smoothed that down with your filing, your buffing blocks, just give it a good wipe over to get rid of any of that loose powder there. I use the Blue Sky cleanser for this. So just give that a good wipe over. Then you're ready to go in with your acrylic paint markers. I got these on Amazon, they're pretty good. You get a whole box full of different colours. So just go over those joins. Again, you're going to want a steady hand for this. So go over those joins. This is pretty good actually, because when I did my last lot, when I did my first attempt at it, it didn't work out very well. You can actually just wipe it off and then go again. It's going to take a little bit of practice. So that's those lines there. They're quite easy because they're sort of like a little groove almost. And then you want your stitches. That's one lot there. Nice steady hand, take your time. There we are. We're going to let those dry in before top coating. Okay, so once you've done those stitches, you can then, and they're dry, they don't take long to dry, you can then go ahead and top coat as normal. I use a gel top coat, but you can use your dip liquids top coats as well. I like the gel top coat because it makes it nice and shiny. Okay, I'm just going to pop that onto the lamp and then that will be finished. And there we are, that's all finished. I hope that's helped you. Thank you.